Hi, I'm Andy Borkowski here for Video Game Sophistry. We're right outside Xbox Canada for X Series, a showcase of all the great Xbox games that Canada has to offer. Let's go inside and enjoy. Hi, I'm Andy Borkowski for Video Game Sophistry. We're talking today about the game I want to play more than anything come the end of the year, Hitman Absolution. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. It's been 6 years since we've seen Agent 47 in action, and Hitman Absolution is his most personal journey to date. It actually involves, at the very beginning of the game, him assassinating his longtime handler, Diana. This flips everything on its side, and it turns out he needs to protect a young girl through a series of events that span from Chicago out to the Badlands and back again.
Now, it's been close to 6 years. Like you said, what have you done to rejuvenate the franchise, but still make it appeal to gamers who played it almost a decade ago?
Certainly. People thought if we made it more accessible, we'd dumb it down,
Yeah.
and the team has proven that's not the case. So there's Instincts mode, which gives you the ability to see the world through the eyes of Agent 47. You can detect enemy pathing a bit, you can see their locations. It'll give you hints on really cool kills and things like that. On the harder difficulty levels, it gets dismantled or disabled completely. We haven't dumbed it down at all. We've actually added more breadth to the experience and the freedom that people have. So we're hoping that this is the real breakout for the hardcore. They're going to love it so much. We have contracts mode, which is really something they've been asking for a long time, which I can talk about in a second.
Certainly.
But for those that have never considered themselves Hitman fans, I really feel, and I've personally played through the entire game, I feel it's just going to really blow people away.
It'll still resonate, even though they may not
more
be
so than ever.
Really, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, you hinted on it, contracts mode. God, that's a big thing about this game. Everyone's talking about it. Tell us a little more.
So the community, it turns out it was completely inspired by the community. People were playing Blood Money, and they were recording themselves playing missions.
Yeah.
But they weren't killing the target. They were picking a random character in the level and killing them in very bizarre, elaborately creative ways, and then posting their videos online.
I think I'm guilty of that, of a particular mission where you have to kill all the FBI agents, and you kill all of them, come that in.
There
I know
you
exactly
go.
what you're talking about.
There you go. So IO Interactive, they see these videos, they talk to the community's like, can't we have something like this? I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to formalize that. We're going to create a whole mode whereby we will record your actions.
Yeah.
We will keep track of who you kill, how you kill them, when you kill them, and how well you can efficiently escape, and allow you to send that out to everyone all over the world, and let them challenge your scores and try to do it better than you. So basically, we're going to find, for the first time ever, the world's ultimate assassin. Yeah.
Playing the demo, essentially, that was available with the Sniper Challenge,
Right.
You integrated a lot of what you're talking about here of the scores, and my favorite thing about that was the ancillary objectives that you had, the really, really funny and odd sorts of things. Is that going to be in Hitman Absolution?
If you love that in Sniper Challenge, you're going to freak out when you play Absolution.
Freak out.
Freak out. Basically, at the end of every level, you're going to get a score and assessment, right? And you'll see, and it's instantly going to show you what achievements you've done.
Yeah.
But it's also going to show you blatantly everything you didn't do. So sometimes you get to the end of the level and you'll see like 5 boxes. Yes, I did that.
Yeah.
But scroll through like 80 more, and they hint at, much like Sniper Challenge, they hint at what's possible.
A pun of a title sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But without giving it all away. So what I found is in a single level, much like Sniper Challenge, ultimately replayable, right?
Yeah.
And a single level in Absolution could last you an entire weekend if you really wanted to play through and master it. And I just love that about it. Plus, with contracts mode, now you've got an ability to remix all the content itself.
Change it up.
We don't know what people are going to come up with. It's really exciting times.
Testing that with people who have played contracts mode, of all the testers out there, what has been the consensus? What do they feel about it?
About contracts mode itself?
Yeah, that in particular.
Well,
beyond
much
the actual game,
much like Sniper Challenge, it incites this really crazy competition. It's not who can get the most headshots, who can do this, right? There's a level of depth and creativity to it that really it involves a whole new level of SHIT talking. I don't know if I can curse on this program.
We can say shit. It's
There you go. Okay, so the shit talk gets really amazing because people are doing things that you don't even expect them to do, right? And then you're forced to contend with it. And sometimes, I mean, let's say you find a weapon in a level that someone's never even found. Just to complete that contract, they're going to have to go find that weapon. But then they also have to figure out how to use it efficiently. And then they also have to figure out how to escape. And the parameters of that are just crazy. crazy.
And that's all secondary to the actual main story of the game, right?
Absolutely. This is a complete bonus level that we feel taken off and put in the right hands with the right hardcore players and even new players putting in creativity and sending out these contracts. I don't think the game's going to get old. We know it's got legs.
Sounds very exciting. In terms of customizability, it's something that was in the other Hitmans of whether or not you're choosing your weapons. Is that going to be brought into Hitman Absolution?
In contracts mode especially, you'll be able to choose from your entire loadout. So you can start the level with whatever disguise you want, whatever weapons you want. There's also the sense of as you perform and achieve certain parameters through the main story game, you do evolve skills. So it could be things like in sniping. You saw it in Sniper Challenge. Again, we alluded to it.
You keep going.
A larger magazine clip, controlled breathing. In this, your knife throwing gets faster, more accurate. Your hand-to-hand combat gets better. Your ability with different weapons, how fast you reload them, etc. It's pretty crazy. So as you play through, you're kind of given all these as gifts, and it makes you feel like you're a better player, in spite of the fact that the game is actually crafting a better Agent 47 for you to play as.
Playing the games in the past, I have noticed that there are usually two essentially sets of players. The ones who will go through it, enjoy it, and get to the end and love it, and the ones like me who will kill themselves trying to make sure they get completionist, silent assassin on every single sort of level. I noticed in Blood Money and the games beforehand, there were only a few certain ways that you could reach that pivotal silent assassin rank. One of the big things in Hitman that I want to see and a lot of other people would like to see is different ways to do that, to get that perfect rank. Is that available in the new Hitman?
Absolutely. Like the silent assassin ranking it's a badge of honor, right?
Absolutely,
for players. It's not an easy thing to do. You can even watch tutorial levels showing you exactly how to do it. It's still difficult to pull off. In Absolution, you do. The level of depth in each level is really enhanced. You have larger areas. You have more permutations, given the improvised weapons and things like that. The accident kills, as we call them, which is really the key to the silent assassin ranking. They're more numerous. They're also a bit more creative. Give you like an example. In one place, there's a backyard barbecue, and the guy barbecuing says, "Hey, go get the hot sauce." And the guy's like, "I'm always doing errands for you." Well, if you're fast enough, you can get down and switch lighter fluid for the hot sauce bottle. And the guy comes out like, "Here's your freaking hot sauce." He's like, "Yeah, about time." Right, everybody around the grill goes up, and it's so funny to watch. Right, there's also this appreciation for these accident kills. It's very dark humor, and it as created by the player, and I just think that's wonderful. So. Another thing, you have left out a number of players that have tried Hitman and walked away and gone too hard. I'm not smart enough. I'm not patient enough.
I don't want to wait a minute for a guard to walk around the corner. It's not fun to me.
Exactly.
Which is a lot of people, it's teach his own, right? We can't say.
It's true, but we wanted those people in, and we wanted to train them and teach them that there's a real elegance to how you play Hitman. So Instincts mode allows you to see that pathing, allows you to better understand the way enemies detect, etc. But we also have checkpoints. In certain areas, you can actually activate your own. You can opt in for a checkpoint, or if you say, you know what, I want to let it roll and I'll go all the way back. That's cool. You can opt in and activate it, as well as checkpoints between areas. So let's say something goes wrong, or you just feel like being a maniac and you want to go guns blazing, go guns blazing. If you're in a secure area and you walk through a door into another area and get that checkpoint, you're not going to be detected, right? You can start stealth. So it means you control the pace of the game. You control that experience. You can. Personally, I love the fact that I can play the game guns blazing and have a blast. With the new cover system and the way the weaponry has evolved, the aiming is super precise. It's fun to be a maniac, but then again, you walk away from that level.
You can still play the same level and do both.
But you walk away with a negative score, and you walk away not feeling that smart, and sure, you've had fun, but you have this impulse to go back and play it a little smarter. And it's not just about stealth. Again, setting these kills up and things like that. Sure, you're operating kind of without people being aware, but it's not skulking around in shadows, right?
Essentially, you would think of Hitman, sort of Agent 47, excuse me,
Absolutely. And again, you've also got hiding in plain sight. The disguises that you've seen in the past are now can be far more powerful. Certain disguises actually afford you abilities or access to areas that you otherwise wouldn't have. You can take the robe of a judge, for instance, in a courtroom level, come back in and rule on the hearing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What game allows you to do that, right? And there are lots of other examples like that. So that's fun for people to play around with. It's not just about not being detected. It's giving you new powers.
In terms of AI, because I know in the past, playing the previous games, putting on those particular outfits, sometimes you weren't exactly certain if you could go in certain areas.
Yeah.
And I know there are many of the times when you'd walk up the stairs thinking everything is okay and then get shot in the face by 12 people. What have you done to improve the AI to make sure that it streams and plays a little bit better of adding that sort of thing?
The new tech, this is the first time they've rolled out the new engine. Actually, Sniper Challenge was the first time people got their hands on it, Glacier 2. And the scripting is so advanced in it. It really gives us all these sub-layers of behavior patterns for all the enemies and the NPCs, etc. We also have, if you've seen the footage, the soft arc of detection. And that static sound in the game gives you a lot of feedback as to should I come in this area or not. And there are a lot of areas where there's a soft failure. So let's say I walk up and the guard's like, hey, he'll be like, get out of here. He doesn't immediately draw his weapon and try to kill you. That doesn't happen in real life, or it shouldn't. So I think that's really nice because you can kind of toy with the AI in this cool way. They will react, they'll talk to you, but you're going to circle back, flank them, or do whatever you need to do. Or, you know, say, no, I'm still here. Then they're ultimately the escalating threat, right?
Sounds excellent. Now, for you, what is your most favorite moment in the game? You've obviously had a lot of time with that. I know it's a difficult question, but one that really resonated with you and you remember right now.
I can't tell you a lot of details about it yet.
Just give us the bare bones.
But I can prep you for it. Have you seen the Saints trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a little controversy over that trailer. People thought that we'd crafted something that was meant to just titillate, and it was a marketing vehicle. Well, no, it's very accurate to events within the game. And I can tell you that when you get a chance to actually hunt the Saints, it's basically the hunted becomes the hunter sort of scenario. You do it over the course of 3 levels. And for me, those levels were so much fun. I really kind of, it's the pivotal moment.
The dynamic a little
it's
bit,
what I try when I have to present the game in private or show certain partners. It's my go-to. It's just phenomenal.
Sounds like even a throwback to how Hitman Contracts ended when you're being attacked in the Opera House, and it's kind of similar to that. I know you
kind of similar to that.
Yeah, well,
they come in. I mean, you've seen the trailer. They come in with the RPG blazing, and it sets the tone for everything that happens from that point onward. And the setting is just so unlike any I've played. I mean, that Tiki Motel is really great, but it leads from there into areas that you just can't predict. So
absolutely,
you'll love it.
We're all done here. Thank you so much for taking the time. When can players pick up Hitman Absolution?
Thank you for asking. It's November 20th. So we're getting there. There's just a little bit of wait, and for anybody who hasn't picked up Sniper Challenge by pre-ordering at GameStop, get out there, have fun with it. The scores are ridiculous, but we're still giving away monthly prizes in North America, and we're still promoting the heck out of it. And man, I just can't wait for people to come and play this game. They're really gonna love it. And you as a fan, it's great to meet somebody who really.
I have been waiting for this game for a really long time, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Welcome.
Andy Borkowski here for Video Game Sophistry. Make sure you pick up Hitman Absolution. See you later.